I'm going to come to you, Shola, quickly because now we've got you, the planner, having to deal with a situation where your planning is on the move in a state of flux. What skills do you see yourself building, in the adaptation to building resilience? Well, share with us some of your, learning points. What skills do you think? Because like they're saying now, and I was watching CNN the other day, the best case scenario for COVID and what we're dealing with is that maybe in mid 2021, we will have some form of calm when they think that we will have a vaccine. So it means we have to go to be in this state of flux till then. So as a leader that's used to planning and dealing with our vision board on a daily basis and saying, ticking off the boxes, how are you adapting? Are you making yourself resilient? What tools are you bringing up? Or you're finding out that you never knew you had, but they are showing up now?
Right. Okay. So I would say that because of the approach that I have to life, I believe that we have everything that we ever need. So I wouldn't exactly call it a skill, new set of skills. I would say some part of who we are that has been subdued or repressed that we don't really pay attention to, more of those are coming out. And that is what I've been learning for myself. So it's me drawing out a part of me that I've not exactly paid attention to. So previously, I used to think, okay, just like you mentioned, you have the self and the kind of way that you do things at home, the one you do with the family, a part of you that you take to the office. And there's a disconnection, so you have like a separation of self. So more often now, becoming an authentic person and bringing all the different parts of oneself into into one formation has been very important for me. So, and why I've said that is this: even though my natural tendency is to have a consultative approach, bringing people together, I've seen that there is an aspect of that I've not been developing, which is actually building leaders. So when I began to, tell people that you're actually leaders, we are all leaders in our sphere of influence. People that we don't exactly perceive as leaders. Look at the internet. People that actually do a lot of Instagramming, social media, we never counted those as jobs. But those are the, everyone is now on social media. Those are the kind of things. So all the perceptions I used to have and say, oh, if I spend time, within the social media space, I think I'm wasting time. I should be doing more face-to-face. I should be doing some planning. So those things are beginning to change for me and bringing different parts of myself together. Previously on my social media, I would just paint pictures, put pictures of my dogs, of my garden, of travels, but I'm being more intentional. So for me, it's been, what are the authenticity, bringing all the separated parts of myself into one single thing, bringing some congruence into everything and demonstrating that to others. And that's how, building leaders. So because how many people can I even lead or meet or influence as a person? But helping people know that within them they can draw out more strength, they can draw, they can be leaders and examples to others within their own sphere of influence is very important. So for instance, now we have like a weekly, weekly brainstorming or ideas storming exercise within the foundation. And I listen to those people that don't even exactly believe, because a lot of resistance is happening in the global politics scene. You are having issues around racism, around gender-based violence. And you have a lot of, the majority speaking out, but there are a lot of other people that are minority. Those minority, we need to also listen to what are they saying. What is the rationality behind their thinking process? So there's authenticity, there is the bringing together of self into one formation, and all the divergence, the disconnect is being connected, and also listening to minority voice and understanding their rationality and their thought process. So helping people to listen to themselves. How am I arriving at this? Why is this so? So it's been very help. So those are the kind of skills I'm learning, and also leading by example. I don't necessarily, before I would have said no to, coming out and speaking and webinar. That's okay. I think this person is a great person, is the project manager for this exercise. You go and speak, because I feel just pushing them out there to do what they are meant to do, I feel is development. But me coming out, so for instance, for our researchers that we have, when you have statisticians and people that are always looking at data, they don't want to come out. They just feel, no, I just have to be, dedicated to data. But now I'm saying, when you have the data and people are not using or looking at the data, so of what use is that? So I bring them, emotionally to own the process. And so that's why they are, trying to have a podcast, engaging other people, having interviews. So for me, bringing all the different parts of myself, the happy self, the vulnerable self, the very open self, I admit the mistakes that I've done previously. I was, oh, okay, I think that's an idea, but but now I actually do say so. Oh, really? I actually thought that was right, but okay, so I believe your judgment, you go ahead. So those things are things I believe that every leader now should begin to do. But I've had like a very serious paradigm shift, knowing that everyone is a leader. The cleaner in the office is a leader. She's going to influence our community when she leaves the office. So all of those things are things that we look at. And then the things that I leave to some managers, for instance, for the HR manager, when I became more empathetic, and when I see how people are, rising up and being committed in spite of all of these things, I said, okay, how can I look out also for them? So I looked at the health insurance structure that we have. So some of them just feel, oh, I'm not going to go register at a clinic because we had an option where we actually pay them to go register. We don't actually follow up. But now we have to make sure that that is done in a proper manner, so that everyone is safeguarded. So yeah, those are some of the new skills. I don't have any problem with technology, so I wouldn't say it's something that I'm just learning, but yeah, those are the skills.
Thank you very much.
They are more of the soft side of leadership skills.
Thank you so much, because I was listening to you and I'm tying all of what you're saying into the listening part of what leaders need to do more of. You mentioned empathy, you mentioned the authentic self. And one of the key thoughts behind this program is to encourage us as leaders to do a deep reflection. And there's something that the Robert J. Palmer said that talks about an inward journey, leaders asking themselves, what kind of leader am I? Who am I at the core? And I think you brought that forward in that submission.